Today we are going to Slovenia. So we've woken up in the beautiful Dolomites. We stayed on a hotel right on one of the main passes near Cortina, and we spent the past 2 days riding through some incredible roads in the Dolomite region. But today we're going to be leaving Italy and heading to Ljubljana. So we're going to spend the morning riding through a few more passes in Italy, then hopefully we'll make our way to Kranjska gorge, up to Lake Bled, and then drop down to Ljubljana. So of course we're going to take you all with us, but we need to get packed up first. I'm going to put my suit on and enjoy a few more minutes looking at these incredible views of the Dolomites, and then we're going to head on off. I think we need to pick up fuel straight away and then get on the road and make our way to Slovenia. So we have ridden around an hour from Cortina through some lovely little Italian villages, very rural Italy, loads of Dolomite views, and now we've arrived at our first pass of the day, which is Passo Mauria, M-A-U-R-I-A, I think it's spelled, and we're about to hit this for around 54 kilometers, which sounds pretty awesome if you ask me. They're doing a lot of roadworks on this road though, so we'll see how the conditions go from there.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're heading in the direction of Slovenia, and tonight we're going to be staying in Ljubljana. So it's a long ride today, but it's going to be fun because the roads look really cool. The route looks good too.
Another great little town we're just riding through.
Yeah, this is very typical of the region. We've ridden through about, I think, 10 of these little towns already today. Quite rustic, a lot of old building techniques. The ones that are still standing look really good, don't they?
Yeah, very traditional, a lot of them. Not so many of the restaurants open yet. I still think it's quite early season for them.
Yeah, it appears to be.
So you guys normally don't hear as much when we're on the passes, because we normally put like a movie montage with music over the top. But a lot of the time, especially on these tight twisty roads, this one's not too bad. Sean and I do a lot of communication between the two of us of what's going on around, and I try and look up the passes as a pillion so Sean can focus on the turn and let him know what's coming around the corner, and it helps you a little bit, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah, it's quite useful at times when I can look where I'm going instead of trying to see if there's any like big log-in trucks or any cars on the wrong side of the road. So yeah, it's quite useful.
Just something that maybe you and your pillion can try out when you're on the passes, is getting them a little bit more involved in the riding technique.
Yeah. Also, if your pillion is keeping an eye out on what's coming up, they can prepare themselves in case there's going to be any sudden braking or anything, so they're not like all of a sudden headbutting you in the back of the head or pushing you forward in the seat. They can brace for some braking as well, or any dips in the road or things.
Absolutely. So we've just reached the top of the pass, and I think we're heading downhill from this point. If you can see on the sat nav there, we've got some quite rough surfaces, and on the sat nav is some spaghetti road coming up.
Yeah, this road has seen better days. It's a bit of a patchwork quilt with many little like crack lines in it. This is another typical Dolomite village. Lots of wooden cladded balconies, lots of the stone. The stone's really nice, I like that, it looks really good.
Yeah.
These have been really well kept as well.
Yeah, we just stopped for a quick drink. Oh my god, have you got my gloves?
Yeah, I got your gloves up front. But it was a nice little town this, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really cute stop. Had a pharmacy, a supermarket and a cafe. Everything you need. So we are just starting on the pass that will take us all the way to Slovenia. We're heading over the border in the direction of a place called Boveg. And this pass, I'm not too sure if it has a name or anything, but basically we're going to be on it for around 60 kilometers. Lovely alpine roads. They're doing some roadworks on it at the moment, so there was a bit of a traffic light, and it's 31 degrees. It is hot today. Yeah,
the traffic light was actually counting down in minutes, not seconds, so it looks like the people had been waiting for quite a while. Unfortunately, we turned up when it had about 60 seconds left, so that's nice.
Perfect timing.
But the water colour in the river to the right of us is mostly dried up, but what is there is this lovely turquoise blue colour, which is supposed to be quite renowned in this area. So I think it's going to be a really spectacular ride into Slovenia.
This pass is looking absolutely awesome. We are in the middle of the forest in an area of Italy we really haven't been able to explore much yet. This is a tiny road, very narrow. We've got a gorge next to us with a river running through, like over the rocks, quite like a little stream, I guess. Mountains all around us, trees surrounding us. Road conditions are good. A couple of bumps.
They're good. It's quite a rustic road, because this obviously it's leading to Slovenia, so it's not like a well-used road that we use in the motorways nowadays. So yeah, it's a really nice peaceful road.
We've got a few bikers in front of us, 2 bikers behind us, Evan and Wendy. Got a little convoy of 5 of us.
Yeah, so
and it's gone up again, the temperature. It's so hot.
Oh yeah, it's pushing 30 now. But it's a nice road. It feels a little bit more like an adventure. It's a great way to cross a country border, isn't it, for a little road like this?
Yeah, so exciting. Looks like we're about to just drive straight into a wall of rock, doesn't it?
It does actually. I don't know how we're going to get through that.
Oh, very sharp turn coming up, I think. Yeah, a real sharp one. Alright, it's clear all the way around. Clear, 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 clear.
That's good.
We just made it up the final section of hairpins on this road. I think there's a few more coming in a few more kilometers as we make our way over into Slovenia. But a great road, a real adventure up there. You feel like you're in the absolute middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the road seemed better today. There's some huge potholes there, and they were really tight switchbacks as well, so have to pick your line to avoid the holes and get up the hill at the same time. But thank goodness there's not much traffic here, because otherwise it might be a bit of a nightmare. But all in all, what a fun road, nice place to be. Looks like it's very popular with hikers.
And just an awesome adventure, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. Great way to cross countries.
We have just passed the sign for Slovenia, so hopefully we're not too far away. Yeah. You can barely fit one bike on these roads.
I know. It looks like it used to be like almost like a roundabout. The road is about to get tight again. There's lots of little squiggles on it, but I don't think they're hairpins. It's just weaving its way through now. But what a lovely way to enter Slovenia. I wouldn't like to drive a car or a camper van down here. I think you might have to reverse a few times.
No. There was signs, wasn't there, that said even cyclists weren't allowed on this?
Yeah, for some reason cyclists were forbidden. Maybe it's because the road was a bit bumpy. Oh, there's bike coming here.
Got your horn at the ready. Don't know what that sign means.
No, I think we're entering a different community. Well, look, though, it looked quite aggressive, written in red.
It did. This is amazing.
It's almost like a bobsleigh track, isn't it, with the concrete either side.
It has been winding roads like this for about 20 minutes. It feels never ending. This is the coolest road to change into a country possibly ever. I cannot wait to see the border.
It is. It feels like a road that you smuggle things into across the border. Let's call it Smuggler's Pass.
Is this the way to Slovenia?
I hope they've got a foam pillow.
I hope they've got some pretty good beer. Dreaming dreams of Slovenia and sweet Piran that waits for me. Here's the border.
High security border crossings.
Here's the sign. We are now on the Kranjska gorge road that leads you all the way up to the northern part of Slovenia, bordering Austria, and from there we will probably be jumping on motorway very briefly, but it's Slovenian motorway, so it's not a big motorway like you think, to Lake Bled. And then from Lake Bled we will jump onto a big motorway where we'll be going to Ljubljana for the evening. But we're going to be enjoying this Kranjska gorge for now. So far we are just entering Soka, and it is absolutely stunning. The road is right next to the gorge where you can see all of the turquoise water rolling through and the rocks, and then you've got the Slovenian mountains around you.
Yeah, it's looking like a spectacular ride again. You just get glimpses of that water every now and again, and it's so lush here. It's really green. So I think they must have had all of the water from the winter time has made it all nice and lush. And we're going up some higher altitude again, I think now. Hopefully it's going to drop in temperature.
It's a nice road, this one, nice and long and light twists, lots of places to pull over.
It's quite a casual cruise through, isn't it? On a nice day like this. Nothing too tasking, just nice scenery. And a great road surface too. Slovenia have got a really good roads. Just having a quick rest to stretch the legs before we hit the switchbacks. There's going to be about 20 switchbacks coming up as we go up this mountain. But look how insanely clear the water is here. It's such a beautiful area of Slovenia.
We are just entering the big switchback section of the Kranjska Gorge Pass, and it's got a fiery smell. It really does. I don't know if this part of the forest is on fire, but it's very hot today.
Let's hope it's just one of those log cabins cooking something on the stove.
It's gained altitude so quickly. You right there, Sean?
Got a itchy nose.
Alright, Okay, next switchback. Clear. This is your second time then riding this road, Sean?
Yeah, I think I rode this one a long time ago on my SV1000. I vaguely remember. I think when we go down the other side, it's cobblestones, if I remember right. Oh, we've got another hairpin here.
Clear.
You gonna give them the thumbs up? Yeah, we'll go. No problem.
Like Sean mentioned before, part of this pass is in cobbles. He did remember correctly.
I did. 10 points.
Is it just the hairpins they've done in cobbles?
I think, yeah, it's just the bits where you need the most grip.
Wow.
To put slippy cobbles. It's alright, they're quite grippy. Yeah, it looks like the hairpins are all cobbles.
This area is absolutely stunning. It is a nature, outdoor lover and a motorcyclist's dream. There's just gigantic peaks everywhere, and they're so different from the Dolomites. They're not as sharp on the peak.
Yeah.
They're a little
Good
bit
point.
more rounded, but just absolutely amazing.
everyone really enjoyed that pass. It was lots and lots of fun. The switchback's really cool, nice and easy as well, nothing too taxing. And we're finally back down onto the valley level. We stopped by this little town here because we saw a supermarket because we want to grab something to eat. Plan for this afternoon is to head over to Lake Bled. We're going to do a whole lap of the lake, and then afterwards we're going to head on to Ljubljana, where we're going to stay tonight. So it's almost 3 o'clock now, so I think we're making good time that we can be in Ljubljana for enough time to enjoy the city this afternoon.
It's great to be back in Slovenia. I've forgotten how much of a beautiful country it is. Every street you go down is perfectly clean, all the buildings maintained, the streets are fantastic, and the roads are, yeah, they're perfect, they really are. I really like Slovenia. Anyway, we've been on the road now for another 20 minutes since we stopped for some lunch at the supermarket, and we're about 9 minutes away from Lake Bled. Just approaching the lake, you can already see the famous castle on the rock there, so the water should just be below it. We're going to drop down there in a few minutes now. I hope it's a bit cooler down there because it's getting to 31 degrees up here. It's getting hot.
So we have just been pleasantly reminded about why we travel in the mesh suits, because we always ride with like a little vest on or shorts underneath, and it is 33 degrees today. We are sweating, it's so hot. We've literally pulled the bikes right here. Lake Bled is right here, and we've just stopped at a coffee shop, grabbed 2 coffees. Sean got a black Americano on ice. I got rice milk. And we've both been able to take off our suits. I don't know if we're going to get them back on.
No, I only taken my socks off as well. I don't think I'll get the socks back on. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it
Evan
feels
and Wendy have gone for a little splash in the lake. If they can get their pants off, that is.
But Lake Bled is such a beautiful place. It's so nice here, but it gets so busy here, and it's quite difficult to pull in. This spot that we found is actually quite good for the bike parking.
Yeah,
isn't
it is a camping site, but they waved us through. Last time we were here, you were able to ride around the entire lake, but it looks like they've closed it off now. So you can only get this far if you head towards the camping. So we had to do a little detour and come back in. But I think we're only going to be in here for another, what, 15, 20 minutes? And then we're going to head to Ljubljana.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, Right, here we are enjoying Lake Bled, partly clothed.
So we're here at Lake Bled. We are in the lake, kind of. We're in our undergarments from our bike suits. It is very busy. I think we just mentioned it before when we were up there, but
yeah, just spin that around.
Like,
all tranquil, nightmare.
It's definitely not our scene to stick around here, but it's nice to put our feet in. There are quieter places on the lake, but there is no parking to get to them. Even with the bike, everything's like cornered off or gravelly, and you just can't stop.
It's tricky to park here this time. Maybe off season, as always, early or late in the season. We're in the peak season here, or getting to the peak season, so it's getting really busy.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, definitely worth a stop in the lake, dip your feet in, and then get back on your bike and continue on.
Which is what we're going to do. We're going to put our suits back on, and we're going to head to Ljubljana. It's been quite a big day today, right?
It's been a really big day, but it's been incredible.
Yeah, we left the Dolomites. I suppose Dolomites this morning.
Dolomite this morning.
9 o'clock a.m., 9 a.m. this morning. And it's just coming up to 5 p.m. now. The other guys have done really well. There's some quite different riding to what they were used to, but they've done great. Fair dues, Evan and Wendy. Yeah,
it's been awesome to experience this with them, and it's awesome to see everybody having such a great time on the lake. But we're going to head off now.
There's not many places you can pull over and stop around Lake Bled, but we've just quickly parked here. Not going to get off the bike though. And we've got a great view of the church on the island there. I've never noticed before. There's a little staircase running straight up to it. And there's the castle and the Onda. The castle you can actually walk up to. It's actually a very short little hike. We did that, I think, last year or the year before last. That also gives you some good views. Yeah, well, it's time to press on to Ljubljana.
Okay, we are just pulling off the motorway and heading into the city centre of Ljubljana. So city mode is activated. But I don't think Ljubljana is too bad of a capital city, not like the ones we've been used to in Italy and Spain anyway.
Yeah, it should be a fairly casual ride up to the hotel.
And then we're going to have the quickest wash up ever, head straight out into the city and find some food, because I think we're all getting a bit hungry.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a quick turnaround, I think. Today took a little bit longer than we expected. There was a lot of slow roads, in fairness, but it was well worth it because we had a great ride.
you'll all know from our previous videos, maybe from the Heading East tour and from our Instagram if you're following us there, that we love Ljubljana. We've been here so many times. Sean's been here on his own before we were married. I've been here. We absolutely love this. It's probably one of our favourite capital cities in Europe because it doesn't feel like a capital city, I guess. It's still really small even though it's the capital of Slovenia. So we aren't going to spend too much time in the city here. We will come back and do a city tour for you one day, but tonight we just want to go and grab some food, and then in the morning we're going to be going to our favourite coffee shop in all of Europe, and that will be in the next vlog. But we're nearly in the city centre now. We've got about 9 minutes left.
That was a quick turnaround, I think 20 minutes from unpacking to showered and changed, and we are out to Ljubljana.
Yeah.
This hotel is really nice. It's got lots and lots of character. I don't know what the building used to be used as, but it feels like it was a school or something. It's got multiple levels, but there was no lift, so we had to carry the panniers up 3 levels. But it's a nice workout towards the end.
We booked a reservation at a place called Gaudi&Naan for dinner, where Sean and I went a year ago, and we absolutely adored it. So we're going back there for dinner tonight.
Was it the Heading East tour? It was the last night of the Heading East tour.
So yeah, we're staying at the Galeria River on the 3rd floor with great views. There's no official bike parking, but you can chain them outside to the cycle, what they call them?
Yeah, bicycle
places. So that's what we've done anyway.
So yeah, and we're only like a 2-minute walk into town. Some cities are really dependable. You can just keep coming back to them and they're just the same exactly as they were the last time. And Ljubljana is no exception. It's absolutely spotless here.
And it's just got the best vibe in all of Europe. I think Ljubljana is my favourite European city. Everything about it has so much character. It's authentic. The people here, Slovenian people, are wonderful. It has the best coffee and it is also really reasonable. It's not overpriced in any way.
And if we don't mind one hell of a slog home, we can get home in about, was it 8 hours?
We did it in, yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely fantastic city. If you haven't been to Ljubljana, you have to check this place out.
Yeah,
it's one of our favourites.
So we are at Gaudi&Naan. Sean and I, like I said, came here a year ago, and it's one of my favourite restaurants I've ever been to in Europe. And tonight they have their famous tasting menu. So you've got a 4-course or a 6-course. We are going for the 6-course because it's my favourite place. So we've got smoked rolls, gnocchi. It's all plant-based and vegan here, and they also have a chocolate tart for dessert. For drinks, I have gone for something a little bit unusual. It is the kombucha hot granny, which is kind of, it's a kombucha, but it's very, very spicy, which is unique. And Sean also grabbed a beer, which is the Fruit Apocalypse Now, which looks like this, which looks really cool. So we are going to order our dinner and have a very relaxing evening. It's so warm. We're sat outside in a really cute courtyard here in Ljubljana and just enjoy a few hours.